Hi, this is Jan at Learn English with BeGlobal, and today we're going to learn 10 common English idioms. The first idiom we will talk about is to hit the books. I'll spell that out. To hit the books. So, does it mean you're going to hit a bunch of books? Does it mean you're angry or something? No, it just means you're going to study. You probably have a big test tomorrow or a tough class tomorrow. And you'll say, I need to go hit the books. I can't go to a movie with you tonight because I have to go hit the books. Okay? It's very common and a good phrase for someone like you that's a great student. The second phrase that we're going to look at is to hit the sack. Now it's also another hitting thing, right? Well, what that really means is to go to sleep. To hit the sack. Sack is just another word for bed. Okay? I'm going to hit the sack. I'm going to go to bed. I am tired. I have been working and I am tired. I'm going to hit the sack and get some good sleep. Sometimes you'll hear parents say to their kids, time for you to hit the sack. That just means it's time for you to go to bed. So that is our second common English idiom. So the first one was hit the books, and the second one was hit the sack. Hit the books to study. Hit the sack to go to bed. It's to twist someone's arm, kind of like this, you know, to twist someone's arm. Now, we're not actually twisting someone's arm to hurt them. It actually just means we're trying to persuade them to do something. Maybe we want them to take a class with us, and we say, oh, it will be really great. You will learn a lot. All of our friends are there. So we're persuading them. I might say, okay, I'll take the class. You twisted my arm. You persuaded me. You convinced me. And so that's what this phrase means. It's very, very common because we like to persuade. So, to review, the first idiom was to hit the books. The second idiom was to hit the sack. Go to sleep. The third idiom was to twist someone's arm, to persuade someone. Now let's talk about the fourth idiom, and that is to be up in the air. To be up in the air. Now, does that mean you're floating all over? You're not on the ground? No, it means plans are not solidified. They're not firm. For example, if you're planning a trip and I ask you, are you still going on Thursday to California? And you might say, no, plans are still up in the air. We're not certain yet. I don't know if my car will be fixed by then. So it's uncertain. It's not stable. You can maybe imagine that as a way of speech. Many things are uncertain, so we say they're up in the air. And we're talking about plans, not people. You wouldn't say someone is up in the air. You would say our plans are up in the air, or a decision is up in the air. It's still uncertain. So that was our fourth idiom. Our first one, to hit the books, to study. The second one, to hit the sack, to go to sleep. The third one, to twist someone's arm, to convince them. The fourth one, to be up in the air, to have plans or decisions be up in the air, be undecided. Now what about our fifth one here? It sounds a little bit violent as well. It's to stab someone in the back. So are we really stabbing them in the back? No. To stab someone in the back. Well, the picture here is someone can't see you and you stab them. They're totally vulnerable. And this means to betray someone who trusts you. So, betray someone. If you have two friends who work at the same company and one of the friends does not tell the other one that there is a job opening, a promotion, and they say, oh, I don't know anything about that, but they really do, and they actually took the job, and they were friends. Well, that person who took the job, they stabbed that person in the back, so to speak. They betrayed them. They should have told them if they were friends, they would share information. Unfortunately, this is a very common phrase that we can use. It means betrayal. So, to stab someone in the back. That is another common English idiom. So what is our sixth common English idiom today? It's to lose your touch. Now, to lose your touch doesn't mean, oh, I can't feel anything in my fingers anymore. I don't have any feeling. That's not what it means. It means that you can no longer do something that used to be easy for you. For example, maybe you used to be able to play the piano very well. It was easy. You sat down, you played it, and then maybe you didn't play it for a little while, maybe not, but one day you sit down, you play it, and it's not as good. It's harder. It's not as simple. And you say to yourself, I think I'm losing my touch. I think I'm losing my ability with this skill. Someone else who hears you might say, I think you're losing your touch. And touch just means your special skill. You're losing your special skill. So that is the sixth common English idiom we'll talk about today. Now, you know we need to review. So, going back to the first one, hit the books, right? That means to study hard. Number two, to hit the sack. You hit the sack, you go to sleep, right? Hit the bed. The third one is to twist someone's arm. You're not physically twisting their arm. It's a verbal thing. You're convincing them, persuading them to do something they would not ordinarily want to do. The fourth one is to have something be up in the air, right? A plan that's not certain. That's up in the air. The fifth one, to stab someone in the back. To betray a close friend. It's very graphic, but it describes betrayal, okay? And then the sixth one, to lose your touch, to not be able to do something that used to be easy for you. The seventh one is to sit tight, to sit tight. Now that sounds really strange. It's kind of like, how do you sit tight? We have this image of sitting like this. And it's a little like that. It really just means to wait and don't take action. Wait. And don't take action. Maybe you want to find out your test score, but your teacher says, well, they're not ready yet. You're going to just need to sit tight. And you will know your teacher means you're going to just have to wait and not take any action. You just need to be still. So sit tight. Seems a little strange, but it's very common in English conversation. We have to sit tight a lot, don't we? So this is our 8th common English idiom. And what is it? It's to be on the ball. Now, to be on the ball, does that mean you're standing on the ball? Well, no. It means that you are someone who is prepared, always prepared, or someone who is able to act quickly and correctly in a certain situation, in any situation. Or you're very quick to understand certain things. So this is a very positive idiom. As an example, you are on the ball. You're working hard to learn your English, and you're on the ball. You can also think, for example, you're planning a trip. The trip is a year away, but you have it all planned out. You are on the ball. So that's our 8th idiom. Now, our 9th common English idiom is to ring a bell. Like a bell, like an alarm that you might hear on your phone, or a bell you might hear at school. What this means is that somebody has mentioned something to you that's familiar. It sounds familiar. Perhaps you've heard it before. In other words, when someone says something to you that you believe you've heard in the past, alarm bells start playing, start ringing, and you try to remember how or why that place sounds so familiar. So, for example, if I say, you've heard of my friend Mike Jones, right? And you say, I don't know, but that name, it rings a bell, right? It reminds you of something, and so you start figuring out, how do I know Mike Jones? Or maybe I don't. So that is also a very common English idiom, to ring a bell. So here we are at our 10th common English idiom, which is to be under the weather. Now, can you literally be under the weather? I suppose you could. We're under the sun or clouds or rain. So if I say, I feel under the weather, do I need to have an umbrella? Well, no. It means you're feeling a little sick. If you say, I feel under the weather, I feel a little sick. Nothing serious, but maybe extreme tiredness from something, some activity, or maybe you have a bad headache because you're fighting off the flu. So another example of that might be, say you're with your friends at church and one of your friends says, hey, where's Chris? He's always here every week. And you say, oh yeah, he told me he's feeling under the weather. He'll be back next week. So he's feeling a little sick, but nothing serious. Just a temporary situation. So that is our 10th common English idiom, to be under the weather. Congratulations for making it through. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.